Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. I was doing a video here the other day about doing a video that got taken down and actually did good. The video that got taken down, I put it up on Chinese social media and it went up last night and it's at, I think, 250,000 hits in under a day. So the Chinese are interested in what the Western world says that you can't put on the internet. Who is that little hottie that just went by? Wei Fong's got my bike. Anyway, so that is actually what this video is about. That video got taken down because it was classed as misinformation. Okay, now think about that. Somebody classed it as misinformation and it was not allowed on the largest internet media outlet in the world, Google LLP. So that takes me back to the second video that I made about big corporations running the Western world. And why would they be able to run the Western world? Because they got the money, guys. They got the Googles, they've got the YouTubes, they've got all of those things going for them. So they make the decisions for you and me. And you say, well, no, they don't. They don't make the decisions for me. Well, they made the decision that my video was misinformation. Who gives them the right to determine what's misinformation? So I'm not going to say what it was about just for the fact that they'll call this one misinformation and they'll strike me again. But the idea that a corporation can say that this is misinformation, this is wrong information, our information is right, your information is wrong. You can't do that. You can't, they call fake news, but where do they get their information from? Well, their narrative, of course, yes, okay. They have their narrative. They've got, their point of view that they want to get across to you as viewers and people out there watching their media outlet. I get that. I actually was so pissed off with the world. I went onto the internet and tried to find out what news outlets are trustworthy. I came back. Fox News was one of the top of the list. BBC was, you know what I mean? So like, it all depends on what your narrative is what you think is the correct information, what you think is not misinformation, what you think is the truth, what you think is the most respectable media outlet, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or you're a British guy watching the BBC, and everybody knows that Fox News is not real news. The BBC lies, cheats, and steals, and everybody else out there does the same thing because they're all trying to portray their narrative to you, the viewer. They want you to look at the world the way that they look at the world. They want you to believe the same things that they believe. Okay, so YouTube shuts down my video, gives me a strike, calls it misinformation, because it was dealing with something that they don't believe I should be telling on their YouTube channel, and it wasn't anything bad. Well, you can. I'll put the link in the video, in this video below, to my Rumble account where the video's up and running in English and everything else. You can just click on the link and watch it. And you tell me in the comment section below whether you think that it should have been taken down or not. And be honest, if you think it should have been taken down and it is misinformation, well, say that, and I'll leave it up, I guarantee you. No big deal, because I don't censor because of misinformation. I do censor if somebody's being malicious, attacking other people, verbal abuse, shit like that. But if you've got a point of view, hey, have at her, guys. That's a good thing. Okay, but with this misinformation thing, if they say one thing's misinformation, well, what about when it comes to a place like China? You say there's genocide in Xinjiang against the Uyghur people. I've been to Xinjiang province. It's a lie. But if I say on YouTube now, Xinjiang, there's no genocide, it's a lie, now is that misinformation that they can just cut off? When I say that China is growing in leaps and bounds better than the United States, better than any democratic country around the world because they get things done. Now is that misinformation? Was that a beer? Yeah, it was. But you know what I mean? Where does this being able to censor people on YouTube, on Google, on whatever platform out there, where does it end, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Do these people have the right to call anything they want fake news? And who the fuck are the people making the decision saying this is misinformation? Some YouTube fucking employee? You know what I mean? Like, that's just it. Their boss comes in and says, well, people can't say this on YouTube anymore. Okay. And then they scour it, and they make sure that anybody that says anything like that gets a strike against their channel. If you get 3 strikes, you're out, you're gone, you're down the road, no more YouTube channel for you. You know what I mean? Censorship at its best in the Western world. Well, you think, well, China does that. China censors things. Well, yeah, they do. But they don't have the pretext of telling everybody that their country is freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that. They tell it how it is. They say, well, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. And people say, yeah, okay. In the Western world, they say, oh no, but we have free speech. We can go out in front of this and say this, and oh, but you can't do it on the internet. Well, the reason why they don't see that on the internet is because it's already been censored and you can't say that on the internet. Well, yeah, okay. So who's making the rules that decide what you see as real information and fake information and misinformation, and you know what I mean? What's the truth and what isn't the truth? And it's all up to the people that run the corporations that have a narrative that tell you what is right and what is wrong. Do you think this is the right way to do this thing, or what? Do you think that any of this misinformation, shutting people down on YouTube, or anything else on the internet, any other platform on the internet, has anything to do with politics? Making the West look good and the East look bad? Do you think if I was spouting good things about the United States, Canada, the way that they operate their world, I would have been shut down, that my video would have been deleted, and everything would have been just hunky-dory? I would imagine it probably would have been. So when you're watching stuff on the internet, when you're watching stuff on YouTube, when you're watching stuff on Google, or, you know, and it doesn't just stop at YouTube, guys. Google probably has the same program for any web pages or information that you search on Google. So Google is the most searched search engine in the entire world, times 10 or even more. And they delegate and tell you what you can and cannot see, what's right and what's wrong. Misinformation? According to who? According to the American company. Well, that sort of leaves all of the other countries out in the cold, because if they want to tell you something about their country, about their world that they live in, or a Canadian in China telling you about the world that he lives in, well, you got to watch what you say, or they'll delete your ass. They will delete your ass, just like they deleted my video here the other day. And I was thinking about that. Even after I made that other video, I thought, like, who the fuck are these guys to tell me what I can say and what I can't say on my channel? Well, if you say something that we don't want you to say on your channel, well, we'll delete it, we'll give you a strike, and you can't do that again. Well, how do you know it's misinformation? Do you know everything? Obviously. Misinformation, it all depends on what political party you're affiliated with which country you're affiliated with. If you're a Chinese person and you believe in the Communist Party, if you're a Democrat from, say, California, you're a Republican, say, from Louisiana or Florida, you know, all of these different areas of the world have different ideas and they see the world in a different way. So what makes a Republican's ideals in Florida misinformation, and a Democrat's, because Google is in California, a Democrat's idea true, not misinformation? The company that makes the decisions, the people with money in their jeans, the people with the bucks that are telling you what you can and cannot see. Anyway, that's another bitch video from Gweilo, bitch rant video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. And whatever you do, don't forget to put a couple bucks in the children's Patreon account. It's for a good cause. Just loving China, you guys. Just loving China. But hating the censorship in the Western world. I thought it was supposed to be free speech. I thought there was no censorship in the Western world. Well, Gweilo 60 has been censored and striked because of it, because they don't like what I say. Go figure. I think I'm gonna go have another beer and not worry about it too much. Have a good day. Peace out. Bye now. And the plastic on my bike seat was coming off, so I decided, well, Wei Fong decided for me to get it fixed, and this guy's fixing it for, what, 25 RMB? For $5, guys. So we stop at this bike fix-it shop, and he takes my seat off my bike, like that, because it was fucked up, eh? Like, it was buggered up. Like, you see how it was falling apart, where Gweilo's stinky ass was, and Wei Fang was saying, well, you know, when it rains outside, my ass gets wet and stuff like that. So we stopped. So for 25 RMB, for $5, not even $5, about $4.75 Canadian, he actually puts on another cover on your bike seat. So let's sit back and watch and see how good he does. Whether it's going to look as good as it did right out of the factory, or if he's just, you know what I mean, or if it's going to be bad. So from a big white hole in the middle, like that over there, garbage, to a brand new seat in 15 minutes and $5 later. Go figure, only in China. Actually it cost $6 because Gweilo had to get a beer and wait for it. Wow, beautiful.